Hey, wonderful people, welcome again to my channel. This is Ellen, and I'm really glad to see you once again. Today, we are moving on to a very sensitive topic. Okay, so if this is your first time being on the channel, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Remember to turn on your bell icon to receive notifications for every video uploaded to this channel. Today's topic is very sensitive. It concerns dating people outside your group, or let me say more like a tribe or clan. Okay, if you have dated people outside your race, outside your country, across border dating, across continent dating, across tribe dating, across kinsmen dating, please share your experience in the comment section. We would like to hear you and learn more from you. Okay, so this topic was brought to my attention by a very dear friend, and it's a very sensitive topic, as I always say, because I have actually dated outside my, should I say, my nationality? Yes, I think that's what it should. And I've definitely dated outside my tribe. I've dated outside my continent, should I say. Yes. So this is a sensitive topic. So why do we want to discuss this topic? Because in dating or in courtship, you courting for a reason. There's always a reason behind you being in a relationship, especially when it gets to a stage where you're serious about it, right? Sometimes you don't just go on dates for date's sake. Sometimes you go on 2-3 dates with the same person, and then it becomes more like a relationship. It's not about just the dating. The person calls you, you guys talk, you spend so much time together, not just on dates, and all that, checking up on the person. Like, you invest your time and attention in a person, and you're hoping that it gets somewhere. The issue concerning interracial dating or dating outside the tribe, not only interracial, across border dating, across continent dating, outside your circle, is that you need to set precedents when you're dating, or you need to agree on where this is going. You need to talk more. In a normal relationship, you only talk about what do you like, what takes you off, what are your interests. But in dating across borders, you need to ask more deeper questions. Uncomfortable things must be said and mentioned, like are your parents, usually when you're dating, you don't ask people about their parents, whether they're okay with something, or okay with a certain group of people, or those kind of things. But in this case, there is a need to ask. So the issue, again, most importantly, is about the people outside your relationship more than you in your relationship. Because eventually, if you end up being together or marrying each other, these are things that you are going to consider. Whether the person likes your cooking, whether the person has a habit that you're not interested in, whether the person is tied to a tradition or religion that might bother you, and certain few things that you might consider. That is within your control. You understand? There are some things that you can overlook, and there are some things that you can't overlook. That's aside. Now we're talking about the people surrounding you, yourself, and your partner. Okay, so first thing, their parents. Next thing, their community. Also, their people. How would their people view you? Would you be able to live in that person's country if you're supposed to move? What is your plan? Can you switch jobs if you move to stay with that person, or if the person comes to stay in your country, or even where you decide to live after you have been joined together, and all those things. Now, the main reason why we were pushed to this topic is because partners don't discuss the fact that if you are from a certain tribe or a certain group of people, who the people from your side accept and won't accept. Who they want you to bring home. You don't play dumb and then let your partner go all the way in, only for them to go find out that, oh, parents are against it. Especially if men can easily defy parents and go ahead and marry whoever they want to marry. But mostly with ladies, it's very hard to defy what your parents says is right for you, you know. If your dad or your mom says no, we're not accepting this person, it's very hard for a lady to defy their parents. It doesn't usually happen. It happens though, but it doesn't usually happen that a woman defies what her parents says, because women are considered to be the emotional type. Okay, if anything happens in your marriage, if you're not discussing it with your friends, you're discussing it with your family. If anything happens, you pack out of your husband's house. Whose house are you going? Your family's house, right? Okay, so now consider if your parents now says, okay, no, we don't want you to marry into this family, we don't want you to marry into this kind of people. Are you going to defy that and go ahead to marry that person? You may, you can, but seriously, like, most people will not do that. Okay, so in this hypothetical scenario, this guy is from one country and this lady is from the other country. Let's say country A and country B. Okay, and now they met in school. Okay, the lady was in the guy's country to school, and that's how they met. And when they met, they dated to the point that they agreed. They had discussed things like, oh, you would move here and blah blah blah. Okay, I can write my license in here, and then I can practice here, and so on and so forth. Okay, the issue came in because, you know, that, like, I'm from Ghana, okay, and I'm Akan by tribe. Is it by tribe? Okay, I'm Akan, but even that, I'm from the Ashanti region. Okay, so I'm an Ashanti. Okay, now I have to say this, like, many Ashantis would not marry Ewe people. Okay, even though my parents haven't told me, hey, don't bring an Ewe home, you know, they have made certain statements that suggest that these people are like this, these people are like this. Okay, so bringing somebody from that tribe is probably going to raise, you know, resistance. Okay, now let me take Asians for instance. Asians don't like the skin color. This is no secret. Okay, Asians hate the skin color. Now, if you are a black person, I live in China, so let me use China for example. There's no way I would date a Chinese because I know the problems that comes with it. Okay, now if I decide to date a Chinese man, okay, he should be able to reassure me that no matter what his parents are going to say, he's never going to, even that, I will still, you know, I cannot trust him because tomorrow he can just change his mind and his parents will just bring a Chinese girl and then he's forgotten me, you know. So there are certain people that when you date, you would know, assuming I'm Chinese, okay, and I meet a Japanese man. Okay, now China and Japan, they don't have a really good political friendship because Japan is affiliated to the US. So if I'm a Chinese girl and I probably bring a Japanese guy home, and this rivalry exists between families in China against Japanese people, okay, how do you think my parents will receive the Japanese guy? Is the same situation. If you are from a country, you know how your people feel about a certain country based on stereotypes. You know how your parents feel about these people, you know how your family feel about this country or these girls in this part of the world. Be sure to let your partner know what they are getting themselves into. If you are from a certain race and your people dislike a certain race for certain reasons, like maybe they are lazy, they are too violent, they're too dark, they are too condescending, or they're too, you know, greedy, whatever, just be sure to let your partner know about how your people feel about their people. The reason why I'm saying this is because not everybody in a particular place or in a particular race or whatever feel the same way about a certain kind of people. Not all white people hate black people, not all black people hate white people, not all Asians hate black people, not all Muslims dislike Christians, not all Christians dislike Muslims, not all Ashantis dislike Ewes, not all Ewes dislike Ashantis, like things like that. And if your family is one of the people who dislike this kind of people or reserve certain, ideas and stereotypes against these kind of people, I think it's just fair enough that you make your partner know about it, right? Yes, because if you claim to love someone, you should be able to tell them what they are about to face. Give them a choice. Let them choose whether they want to be in this struggle or not, okay? Don't string them along only for you to tell them in the end, oh, my parents feel like this about you, my dad feels like this about you. What the heck? You just string me on all these years, especially when you've dated for 2 years, 3 years, even 6 months. You've wasted my time. Do you understand? So don't do that to someone. If I waste all my youth with you, if I start to date you from the university, from age 17, 16, 19, all the way to 23, 24, and we're ready to get married, and then you come to tell me stories, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? That is not fair. That is selfish. And that is very inconsiderate, okay? We all know what people feel about certain people. Oh, these people, they don't bath, These people, they are bougie. Oh, this tribe, they are too fat. Things like this. Just, if you want something like that to work between you and your partner, just, hint your parents that this is your taste, okay? If you're a white guy interested in black guys, your parents should have a hint that, this is my son. He's always, if you watch TV, just compliment black women. Wow, what a nice black woman. Look at her skin, look at her ass, look at, So your parents can get a gist of what you like. At least when you bring a black person home, they are not surprised. They were like, oh, I saw it coming. You understand? Hint your parents. If you like Muslims, compliment Muslims, Oh, I just love how Muslim women cover themselves up. I like their hijab. I like how, they are so ladylike. Just, compliment Muslims so that when you bring a Muslim girl home, your parents are not like, what is this? Because they know that, I was suspecting you, my son. You understand? Some of us, I and you, some of us, we cannot go and stand in front of our parents. Hey, I will fuck you, fuck your ideas, fuck your opinion. I'm just gonna marry who I want to marry, and you cannot do shit about it, my dear. You and I, we cannot do that. Some of us, the best we can do is, oh, daddy, I love him. Mommy, I love him. I love her. Like, you take some time to study him. He's a good guy. He's a good girl. Blah, blah, blah. If our parents are strong-headed and they're like, no, I said no. Some of us, we cannot do anything about it. The best we can do is like, this thing is not going anywhere. This thing is not going anywhere. Okay. By the time you realize the relationship is over. Some of you, your parents are magajia. That when you bring someone home, they would insult the person. They will make the person feel like they are useless, they are filthy, they are not human enough, that your tribe or your people are better than them. You should not put your partner or the person you claim to love in this kind of situation. Apart from the emotional, the emotional stress it puts on the person, it has psychological impact on the person. It has self-esteem issues on the person. I do not want to come to your house so that your parents will be treating me some way. Just let me know that your parents, they are very selective. They look at people some way. If you're too shy to say it, just, let the person go. It's not by force, If you fall out of love, you would find someone else. I'm telling you, you won't fall in love once in your lifetime, my dear. You would fall in love, fall in love, fall in love, fall in love, fall in love. Okay, you would find people upon people. You will fall in love hundreds of times if you give yourself that chance. Look at Lopez. She's on her what marriage, fifth, fourth, or whatever. She is falling in love because she's giving herself the chance. Do you understand? So don't drag someone into something saying, oh, this is my only the love of my life. My dear, we have lots of lives. You would have many people to love you in your lifetime. So would you also love people in your lifetime. So don't string people along. Be kind. Think of the things that you would put someone through if you go ahead to string them along for years, making them think that you would end up together, and only for your differences. That is you being from different countries, you being from different races, you being from different tribes and all clans will do to that person. Okay, so I would end with this. With interracial dating, with inter-border, across-border dating, across tribe dating, across clan dating, across just dating and all those things, be mindful who you string along. Please lay all your cards on the table. Let the person that you claim to care about know what the situation is. Give them a choice to stay in the relationship or not. Some people will choose to fight, and if it doesn't work well, at least some part of them will know that it was their choice. But if you don't give someone the chance, it leaves bitterness. Okay, just let the person know how your family feels about their people, so that they can make up their mind whether they would want to be in this or not. But if you string along someone, they will end up hating you, hating your people, and you might never recover from that. You would have wasted your own time, wasted their time, and wasted your family's time. Maybe they are waiting for you to have kids and be married. It will end you up in arranged marriage, because your parents will say, if we leave this girl, if we leave this boy, he'll go and bring another person from another place we don't like, and they would arrange something for you. Is that what you want? No. So just choose what your parents want you to choose. I'm not saying that follow your parents even when it doesn't make you happy. Okay, I'm just saying that if your parents prefer a certain kind of people, make sure you mingle among those kind of people so that you will end up falling in love with one of those people. Okay, also, if your parents want you to fall in love with a certain kind of people and you're not interested in falling in love with these kind of people, some people just like certain things. So if you are one of those people who like certain kind of things, prepare your parents' mind, give them hints, so that when you bring someone home, it's not a shock to your family. They can it's like they saw it coming. Okay, so I think this is where I would like to end. If you have had any experience, please share. This is not my personal experience, this is a friend's experience I shared, and I shared another hypothetical experience. Okay, so if you've had this experience, how did it go? Was it about you and your partner itself that ended the relationship, or that you're facing right now, or it's the people around you both? Okay, like their family, their country, stereotypes about you or them. What actually ended the relationship? Please share your experience so that some of us can learn from it before we make some mistakes. Okay, thanks for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye guys.